Well, hello there. This is my first attempt at making a food video, and today we're going to be making yogurt in the Instant Pot using glass mason jars. And get those plastic containers out of your life. Yeah, this method works really well for us. Okay, so here's what we're going to need. First, you need your Instant Pot, and it's got to be an Instant Pot with a yogurt making feature on it. You'll know because there'll be a yogurt button on the front panel. I'm using 4 wide mouth mason jars, but you can use the narrow mason jars as well. That's fine. I've got 2 liters of 3% milk and some metal lids. 2% milk works just fine with this. And I got 2 packets of powdered Yogourmet yogurt starter. So first thing I'm going to do is measure out my milk. I'm going to grab one of the glass jars, fill it up to the bottom ring there to leave a little bit of head space, and put that into the Instant Pot insert. So I'm going to repeat this 3 more times so we get our milk measured accurately in there. I won't be using all the milk, that's fine. Then the insert can go into the Instant Pot. And for this stage, it is simply heating the milk up to 180 degrees. That helps to make for a nicer, thicker yogurt. I'm going to press the yogurt button on the front several times. I want it to read boil on the display there and nothing else. So once it says boil, you can just leave it. It's going to go for about 20 minutes and heat it up. It will beep, and then the display will say yogurt. I didn't catch the beeping on my camera. At that point, you can open it up. It's going to be really hot and steamy, as you can see. Now, we need to cool it down at this point before we can add the starter. I do this by taking a larger pot, putting in some cold water. You could also do this in your sink by just putting a plug in and putting a little bit of cold water in there. Then you can set the insert, and it will absorb some of the heat from the yogurt or from the milk and cool it down. Yeah, just kind of set it and float it in there. So yeah, I said heat and not meat. So the next part, you're going to need a thermometer to read the temperature. We need this to cool down to 110 Fahrenheit or 43 Celsius. So if I look at it right now, you can see it's pretty hot. What's this, 143? So way too hot. If we put the starter in right now, it will kill the starter. So I'm going to give it just a little stir here, not much. I just want to move this around. That'll help it to cool down better. And sometimes there's some casein that kind of forms on the surface. I'm going to stir that in. So now I've got this cooled down below 110. It doesn't matter if it gets too cool. As you see, this is at 92. That's just totally fine. So I'm going to take the starter powder and sprinkle it over the top of the milk, just kind of gently there. And I want to stir this in very gently. I'm not sure, but I've read that if you stir it too much, you're going to get a grainy texture in the yogurt. I just want to stir it a little bit so that powder gets dissolved in there. And at this point, I can take my 4 mason jars and fill them up with a mixture. Yeah, perfect. I didn't even spill and make a mess. So there's going to be some milk kind of cooked on the bottom of the insert. I want to wash that out. First, I'm going to put the lids on, though. Just put the lids finger tight. Don't screw them down too much. And let's wash this thing out. And wash the whisk up, even though I don't need it for the next step. Okay, now I can put the insert back in, put in the trivet, put in a couple cups of water just so it comes under the level of the trivet, and load in the mason jars. Put the lid on. It doesn't matter where the steam position is at. And now I want to press cancel, and I want to press the yogurt button so that it says 8 hours. This is really important. Make this so that it's the 8 hours on the display. And it's going to go for 8 hours. Then it's going to beep, and the display again will say yogurt. That means it's done. So now you can open the lid, and it's going to be kind of hot and steamy in there. And take out the jars. So if everything went right, we can blot a little bit of the water off the top of these lids and have a look. We should have some yogurt. Now it's going to be warm, and it's really going to benefit from sitting in the fridge overnight. I didn't show this putting in the fridge, but here I am the next day taking the jar out of the fridge and opening it up, and as you can see, we got some nice, thick, beautiful yogurt. This worked really well. and I hope it will for you as well. And I'm going to take some of this yogurt and put it over some of my homemade granola. I mean, you made homemade granola, right? Oh, I guess maybe that's going to be the next video. Have fun and enjoy your delicious yogurt.